Is it spinning? Yes, it is. Join the network. Unable to join. Okay. So let's troubleshoot this. I'm going to disconnect the wire temporarily and put it back on. Of course, they tell you not to do this. They tell you to have the breaker turned off. I don't listen very well. Front door cameras have become really popular lately, especially given the situation with packages getting stolen and things like that. So having a camera instead of a doorbell is a very strong deterrent. Plus, it gives you footage in case somebody does steal your packages. So today, I'm going to install the Ring Doorbell.
At this point, I was expecting it to be a normal installation that would only take about 30 minutes. In reality, it took me over a week. Stay tuned.
Replacing my original doorbell with that. Let's get to it. Now this is a Ring Pro. That means it has to be replacing a wired doorbell. So if you have a doorbell button that's wired into your doorbell in the house, you're good to go with this kind. If you don't have a wired doorbell button, you're going to need a different one. They make other kinds too. So this is the Ring itself, and it has two connections on the back, two wires that just replace your normal doorbell. And it does come with 4 different color options for the faceplate. There are a couple of tools in the kit. This is a very rudimentary screwdriver with a reversible tip. This is a very small Torx bit that's needed for the security screw on the bottom, and this is a Phillips bit which is needed for pretty much everything else. It also comes with a masonry bit and screw anchors if you need to go into any kind of concrete or stucco, something like that. So that's nice to see too. Now really the system has 2 parts, the part that goes outside and the part that goes inside. This actually goes in your doorbell itself. And I'm not even sure what exactly the electronics are that are in here, but you just wire these in. I'll show you on the inside, and that's all it takes. It's really pretty easy to do. If for some reason you're covering up a much bigger hole, you can use this kind of a back plate on it. It's unfortunately just black, but this is a back plate that you put behind the ring and cover up a big hole. It also has a protected by Ring deterrent sticker. There are 3 sets of instructions. The first is to install the Pro Power Kit, which is this. The second is installing the Ring Doorbell outside, and the third is setting up the app. So let's get to it. Now the first step, step 0 I'll call it, is really to make sure that your doorbell works. And you'll be able to tell that by my barking dogs. On cue. Now, although they tell you to put the Pro Power set in first, they also tell you to turn off the breaker. So I'm going to hold off on this. I'm going to disconnect the wires so that way I can work outside. Then I'll reconnect this and I don't have to turn off the breaker that way. Now there are 3 screws on most doorbells. One says front, one says rear, and the other one says trans. Trans is the common that goes to the transformer. So you have to know the difference. So if I disconnect them, I'm just going to disconnect the trans one. And that turns the power off outside. All right, at least the new one will cover that hole, so that's good. Now these are not polarized, so I can connect either wire to either one of them.
This is the second Ring Doorbell that I've installed, so pretty much this one was going by the book at this point.
Okay, that's all connected. Now there's a little spot down the bottom here for a security screw. That's going to go on in the very end when you decide which faceplate you want. The beauty of vinyl siding is no drilling is necessary. Now there are 2 leads on this Pro Power Kit. One of them says trans and the other one says front. So, and they have these splicing things that you just put the wire from here into the splicing thing and then replace that with this. I'll show you how it's done. It's easier than it sounds. Now when I connect this one is for the trans, it's going to turn on the power outside. Now we'll go give it a test.
Now this is when I first realized I was having a problem, because normally when you first put on the power, it says, "Welcome to Ring," or something to that effect. And it never did.
Alright. Now I have the Ring app installed. I'm going to click Open. And allow it to send me notifications. This is my first account. I have to enter my address. I don't know why it doesn't do my location, but I'll enter my address. Alright, I'm going to set up my Ring. The light is spinning. Now I have to find the Ring network.
Here comes problem number 2.
I'm not seeing the Ring network here. And I am right next to it.
A few moments later.
I'm still not seeing the Ring network. Isn't that something? The light is spinning, yes. That should mean that there's a Wi-Fi network being presented by that, and I should be able to see it. I don't know why I can't.
So I wound up uninstalling it, scanning the barcode on the back. That didn't help. Then I disconnected it and reconnected it. That didn't help. I tried the reset button on the back and scanning it a few more times, and none of it helped. So I had to call tech support.
All right, I just got off the phone with Ring technical support. They said that my transformer is not strong enough. It's only 10 volt amp. I need a 30 volt amp. So I am heading to Home Depot now.
One eternity later.
All right, fast forward a week. So Ring technical support told me I needed to replace my transformer. They sent me to Home Depot, and Home Depot only had a 10 volt amp transformer. This one's actually a 5 volt amp, so it was plausible that this was a problem. But they said 10 volt amp is not going to do it. In fact, I got to tell you, one of the things I liked is I was actually on the phone with tech support as I was in Home Depot. So Ring tech support, thumbs up for you. Okay, so I couldn't get one from Home Depot, so I ordered one on Amazon. I got a 30 volt amp transformer. I replaced that one, and I tried it again, and it didn't work. So it wasn't the transformer, it was the Ring. The transformer was still underpowered, and I probably would have had other performance issues if the camera wasn't effective. So, another conversation with tech support, and they wound up sending me a brand new Ring. That's what I have here. So now I've got a wire coming off of my my transformer. I'm not going to waste my time outside in the cold. I'm going to give it a try, and let's see if it works now. Alright, we got a light. We got circle.
Welcome to Ring, the world's most advanced doorbell. Follow the instructions in the Ring app to continue.
So that was not happening. That voice did not come on the other doorbell that I had. So that was the indication that it was bad. So this one is going to work. And now I can finish the hookup. Now, if you're having trouble with your Ring installation and you need to locate your transformer, this is what it looks like. This is my before picture. And it's usually going to be in a furnace room or in a basement or even in a garage. It has to be accessible somewhere. And if you've got an electric meter, you can test it out with an electric meter just to make sure that it's working and you're getting either 16 to 24 volts. But you got to check the writing on the side that tells you what the rating is, and it'll say something volt amps, VA. That's volt amps. Mine was 5 volt amps. My new one, as you can see here, is 30 volt amp. And the only place I could get that was online. I'll put a link in the video description below. But here you can see the Ring was installed successfully. This is what it looks like during the day. That's a snapshot at night as well. And here's some live video even with sound. I'm really happy with the resolution and the coverage and the lens, and it really works well.